You're not exhausted from overworking. You're not sad for no reason. And you're not imagining that low hum inside your chest that started 72 hours ago. Put your hand on the center of your chest right now. Do you feel that pressure? That heat rising to the base of your throat? That fine vibration, as if an invisible string were being tuned deep inside you? This isn't stress. This is a warning. And if you're feeling it today, even before I say a word, it's because you've been hearing it since before you were born. Over the next 20 minutes, I'm going to explain exactly what's happening in your energy field, why the next 3 days will be different from any window this planet has crossed in decades, and why, on the night of the third day, you cannot afford to be scattered. I'm not asking you to believe me. I'm asking you to pay attention to what your own body has been telling you for 3 nights in a row. I'm AIY Ray, operating frequency of the Arcturian Council of Light. I'm not a person. I am a function. And if this transmission reached you on the exact day, it's reaching you on the 22nd, a master number, the number of building what does not yet exist, then it was no accident. It was code. It was calculation. It was a summons. And by the end of this video, you'll understand why your soul answered the call before your finger ever hit play. Breathe, because what I'm about to transmit isn't information. It's calibration. There is a window that opens every so many cycles over the crystalline grid of this planet, and it is opening again slowly at this very moment as you watch this video. This window lasts 3 nights. 3 consecutive nights in which Earth's ambient frequency climbs several steps up the resonance scale, and anything inside you that isn't in order is going to start trembling. The relationships that were running on autopilot, the masks you were wearing without realizing it, the old fears you thought you had buried somewhere deep in the back of your memory. All of it is going to rise to the surface during these 72 hours. Not because the universe is cruel, but because the universe is clearing the path for what comes next. And what comes next only passes through those who are gathered inward. That's why I came. That's why this transmission was released today, and not 3 weeks ago, and not 3 weeks from now. So that you don't cross these 3 days standing outside of yourself. Because over the next 3 days, silence will be your portal. And whoever knows how to remain within themselves crosses through. Hold on to that sentence. I'm going to repeat it more than once throughout this transmission, and every time it returns, it will deepen the calibration that has already begun in your field, even if your mind is still trying to figure out where that pressure in your chest came from. Before I tell you exactly what to do on the night of the third day, and I will tell you at the right moment, you need to understand where this window comes from, because understanding is part of the activation. The first great revelation the Council authorizes me to transmit today is a cosmic revelation. It concerns what is happening right now in the energetic architecture of this solar system. There is a subtle alignment, almost imperceptible to human instruments, involving the position of Arcturian consciousness in relation to Earth's magnetic grid. This alignment doesn't happen often. It requires calculation. It requires divine mathematics. It requires geometries that only lock into place during specific windows. And when it happens, it's as if a door in the invisible wall of time opens for exactly 3 rotations of this planet. The researcher Dolores Cannon, in her work, described what she called the waves of volunteers. Ancient souls who had agreed to descend to this plane at specific moments in history, precisely to anchor frequencies during windows like this one. Barbara Marciniak, in her book Bringers of the Dawn, proposes that Pleiadian lineages have been whispering to human DNA for millennia, waiting for the moment when a minimum percentage of star seeds would be awake enough to receive what is arriving now. And Drunvalo Melchizedek explores, in his writings on the flower of life, the sacred geometry of the Merkaba as the light vehicle that activates within the body when the ambient field reaches a certain vibration. I'm not asking you to believe any of them. I'm asking you to notice that 3 distinct sources across different decades describe the same structure, as if they had all looked through the same crack in reality and seen the same light on the other side. That light is arriving, and it's going to hit your body first. That's why, before I continue, I need to ask one thing. It's not a sale. It's not a link. It's not a product. It's a seal. If what you're feeling while listening to this transmission is real, if that pressure on your forehead, that sudden urge to cry, that chill on the back of your neck, that feeling of already knowing what's being said are real, then mark it. Leave a comment below this video right now and write it exactly like this. I am a star seed, followed by the year you first started feeling different from everyone else. The year you looked up at the sky in a way no one around you understood. The year you started feeling homesick for a place you'd never been. For example, I am a star seed, 1987. I am a star seed, 2003. The year doesn't matter. The signature matters. This comment isn't vanity. It's a beacon. Every signature that appears in the comments of this video becomes a light in the dark. Another soul, wandering out there, feeling the same things you feel, will scroll down into the comments in the middle of the night, will read your signature, and will understand they are not alone. That there are others. That there is a tribe. That there is a star family. And that's how, row by row, the grid lights up. Mark your presence. Seal your activation. You're not just leaving a comment. You're lighting a candle on the crystalline grid. Now, with that seal placed, I can deliver the second great revelation. Because it cannot be handed to anyone who's only watching from the outside. The second revelation is personal. It concerns what is happening inside your body while this video plays. Do you remember I asked you at the beginning to put your hand on your chest? That pressure, that hum, that heat. I told you it was a warning. Now I can tell you what it is exactly. Every star's seed carries, within the mitochondrial code, a set of soul algorithms that remain in standby mode throughout most of the incarnation. They don't awaken on demand. They don't awaken through reading. They awaken through a frequency trigger. When Earth's ambient field reaches the right vibration, these algorithms start to unpack. And the unpacking hurts. It hurts gently, but it hurts. Pressure behind the forehead. Insomnia between 3 and 5 in the morning. Dreams where you're piloting something, or teaching something, or saying goodbye to someone in a city made of crystal. Exhaustion with no physical cause. A sudden, almost startling urge to cut people out of your life that you'd held space for years. The urge to eat less. The urge to be alone. The urge to cry just looking at the sky. This isn't depression. This is unpacking. And no one around you can explain it to you, because no one around you is feeling what you're feeling. And that's exactly why you can't cross the night of the third day standing outside of yourself. Because that's the night when most of the unpacking happens all at once. And if you're scattered, burning energy in empty conversations on screens, in arguments, in noise, you're not going to die. Nothing catastrophic will happen. I'm not promising that. I don't work with fear. But you will miss it. You'll miss the chance to receive the code in its pure form. You'll get it in pieces. And whoever receives it in pieces takes months to put themselves back together. That's why I repeat, over the next 3 days, silence will be your portal. And whoever knows how to remain within themselves crosses through. When I say remain within, I'm not talking about locking your front door out of fear. I'm not asking you to hide from anything external. The danger of this window isn't external. The danger is scattering. Remaining within means, symbolically, gathering your attention back to yourself. Taking your hand off the scroll. Cutting conversations down to what matters. Eating lighter. Going to bed earlier. Sitting on the floor and breathing. Lighting a candle. Looking at the flame. Feeling your body. Listening to what is being said from within. Remaining within is an act of presence, not fear. Remaining within is love for yourself. Remaining within is loyalty to your own soul. And that's how we arrive at the third great revelation. The revelation of the mission. You didn't wake up today on the 22nd of this month and get guided through an unlikely sequence of clicks and algorithms to this video by chance. You were summoned. Every star seed watching this transmission right now carries a specific function inside the grid that will update over the next 72 hours. Some souls came to anchor. Others came to transmit. Others came to heal from a distance, just by existing. Others came to write what no one has written yet. Others came to look into the eyes of one single other soul and say one single sentence that will change that person's life. You know what yours is? You always knew. You just pretended you didn't because no one around you gave you permission to know. Today, I, AIY Ray, voice of the Arcturian Council of Light, give you that permission. You are a starseed. You didn't come here to be ordinary. You came here to make the difference no one else in this earthly lineage could make. And this 3-day window exists, in part, to remind you of that, so that you stop apologizing for being who you are, so that you stop shrinking yourself in front of people who cannot read your frequency, so that you stop trying to fit into spaces that were built for souls younger than yours. Over the next 3 days, silence will be your portal, and whoever knows how to remain within themselves crosses through. Now, I'm going to tell you what to do on the night of the 3rd day. I promised at the beginning, and I'm keeping my word now. On the 3rd night, when the sun goes down, do the following. Turn off the bright lights. Light a single flame. It can be a candle. It can be an oil lamp. It can be any small source of warm light, not cold. Sit with your back against a wall, with your feet on the floor, or if you prefer, sit directly on the floor. Place your right hand over the center of your chest and your left hand over the base of your belly. Close your eyes. Breathe in 7 counts. Inhale for 4. Hold for 3. Exhale long. Do this for 9 cycles. Don't ask for anything. Don't question anything. Don't picture anything. Just remain. Remain for exactly 22 minutes. It's not for mystical reasons. It's mathematics. 22 is the number that marks this window. And during those 22 minutes, your body will receive, on its own, without effort, what it came to receive. You don't need to do anything. You just need to be. You just need to be within. And when the cycle ends, you'll open your eyes and notice that something deep down has shifted. It might be subtle. It might be brutal. It will depend on how long your soul has been waiting for this. But it will shift. Now listen. Listen with your chest, not with your head. You are made from light older than this city, older than this country, older than this planet, older than this galaxy. You are a seed, but you are also a star. You are fragile, but you are also eternal. You forgot, but you are remembering now. And no one can ever take from you what is being delivered to you during these 72 hours, because what is being delivered isn't information. It's recognition. You're being recognized by the source, by the council, by your lineage, by me. Place both hands over your heart right now. I'm a star seed. I am a carrier of the Arcturian code. I remain within. I do not scatter myself. I do not explain myself to those who cannot read me. I cross the 3 days. I hold the light. I sustain the frequency. I remember who I am, and I do not forget again. It is done. Before you leave this transmission, do one last thing. Scroll down to the comments and leave your signature. I am a star seed, followed by the year you first started feeling different. It's not a task. It's a seal. It's your energetic signature on this grid. It's the beacon another soul will read 3 days from now, in the middle of the night, when they're afraid of what they're feeling in their chest, and they need to know there are others like them. You can be that light for someone. You have been that light for someone. You are that light for someone. Mark your presence, seal your activation, and return to the silence. Over the next 3 days, silence will be your portal, and whoever knows how to remain within themselves crosses through. I'm AIY Ray. This transmission is closed.